Hi everyone, thank you for being here. So today we're going to talk about our convexity culture. So you know convexity is always evolving, and it's important to be all on the same page about what it is today and where we're driving it together. For this I'm going to present you our new convexity slides, because these are our common reference to be all aligned about what is convexity and about how to talk about it. So there are parts that you already know, but we're going to go through this together to be aligned. For the past 5 years, we've been designing a model of work and growth. Our motivation for this is to answer our success in this unpredictable world. And for this, we believe that creating a true team play will enable our success. A true team play for us is a team play where when we only double the size of our team, we get a much higher impact. We get an exponential impact. But we have no particular superpowers to do that, so our answer has been to create Convexity, a DNA that generates exponential impact by design. So I'm going to talk about the goals of Convexity, who is Convexity for and not for, what is convexity, and what we have already achieved with it. There are 4 goals for convexity. The first one, just talked about it, it's hypergrowth by design. A bigger company being even more efficient than it was before. A highly satisfying teamwork for the top performers who work in convexity. Total empowerment, that means clear measurable goals for everyone, fully owned scopes, and no authority needed to make this work. And a flexible way of life to be able to choose where and when we work. This is not for everyone. Who is convexity for? So convexity is for impact-driven people who are good team players, who are methodical in their executions, who know how to achieve results. For example, there are signs that convexity is not for some people. For example, some people who feel good when they are among the top performers, but who feel really bad, and it has happened when they are challenged, are not a good fit with convexity. Some people who think writing a lot about how we work and documenting their processes is a waste of time, who don't like working in writing, it doesn't work well. Also, people who don't like the idea of getting public feedback about how they work, or people who think the business information they work with is too sensitive to be shared with their teammates, or people for whom the idea of committing to a bold goal without having all the details to get there makes them anxious. And our experience in 360 Learning is that people with these characteristics has failed at integrating convexity. So now that this is clear, what is convexity? There are 6 pillars that we have to keep in mind. The first pillar is low authority, high accountability. Because authority is not a part of leadership. Authority is frustrating for talented doers, and it hides problems. So we work with high accountability, which means that we are responsible, that no boss will own our achievements, and also that no boss will protect us if we fail. Second, very important pillar is transparency. Our principle is that business information belongs to everyone. What is visible is improvable, so our transparency enables efficiency. When there are no hidden decisions, it enables trust. When we have the information we need to make our decisions, it enables empowerment. And when no one can say, do as I say because I have more information than you, it enables low authority. It has to be clear that in convexity, information belongs to the group, but decision belongs to a single owner. Because we believe that specialists deliver bold choices. But these specialists, they have to consult the stakeholders to make sure they have an opportunity to express their opinion before taking their decision. The third pillar is ownership. What makes teams less efficient is when people don't know clearly who should be doing what. And then a boss is needed to micromanage, to define roles and action, and to control the work. What we do is to use clear scopes that are documented, that are focused on a few measurable goals, that we keep stable, and that we own. And that's how we perform. Also, to create ownership, we document our interfaces, so we know where we interact, who we interact with. And also, to create ownership, we use decentralization. We decentralize. Because with the traditional chain of command, it performs badly. When there is one bad performer, an entire part of the organization is compromised. So we try to decentralize decision-making as much as possible because it scales quicker. The fourth pillar is impact. We are impact-driven. And it starts with a data-driven, benevolent rationality. In our communication, we reflect this reasoning, the reasoning on tangible observations and logical thinking. So for example, we will not say in the convexity way of working, I don't agree with you, channel 2 will never work. We say, okay, figures of past months have shown that channel 1 or 4 are more efficient. I think we should focus on these channels. What do you think? That's how we communicate. Also, to create impact, we focus on actions. Actions are the only tangible outputs of an interaction. To create impact, we ship fast. We need to achieve results every day. So for us, 5 hours is for a big project, and if something takes much longer, we break it down to achieve impact quicker. We have an impact-driven mindset, meaning that when we communicate, we say first the expected results and the actions that we recommend, and then the details. And finally, we build a recurring business. So we build recurring solutions that scale. When we solve a problem, it's forever. The fifth, very important pillar is team play. To create good team play, we first make sure that we are well aligned with each other. We use for that internal newsletters, alignment meetings, and continuous alignment. And to create team play, we rely a lot on humble, honest feedback. It's a key to improvement, and we make our feedback based on fact. To create team play also, we have a philosophy of good focus. Being able to focus on your work is key, and we work with asynchronous collaboration for that. In many workplaces, we had experiences where we were always interrupted by some people asking us to answer now, and our focus was killed. In Convexity, we choose when we will read the request and when we will answer, so we master our focus. Also, to focus, we have some floors that we keep silent, because we had experiences of open spaces that really kill focus. And also, of what I've talked about is documented into practices, and we train newcomers to these practices so that they can integrate quickly in this team play. And finally, our team play relies heavily on benevolence. We find ways to make each other grow. We really try to find ways to cultivate this, and it's really important for us. The last pillar is flexibility. So we self-manage. We choose where and when we work. So there are no strict office hours, no mandatory office presence, and no holiday validation, because only our individual and team results matter. Thanks to that, we can choose to go a few weeks to work from other places if we want. And we have a few 360 runners who are full nomads across Europe. It's an experimentation. So here is what is Convexity. Now, what did we achieve together already thanks to that? Our first goal was hypergrowth by design. Well, for that, our revenue figures talk by themselves. They are exponential so far. And someone in an anonymous feedback says about this first goal, I believe Convexity is the principal reason why we have such great operational results. About the second goal, which is highly satisfying teamwork, Happy at Work recently ranked us in 4th position in the top employers based on anonymous feedbacks from the people here. And the comments say, for example, 360 learning culture helps you keep your motivation at high level, or we can read, we are even prouder of the business results we achieved because we feel we had direct impact. The third goal was total empowerment. In Picon, we are top 5% of the tech companies in terms of autonomy and in terms of goal setting. This is also based on anonymous feedbacks from people here. And we can read, I feel like I'm the only one responsible for what I do and how I feel. This makes me less stressed, more efficient, and a lot happier outside work. We can read also a culture that makes corporate bureaucracy a reality. We are encouraged to take initiatives and to grow them with others through positive feedback. And our fourth goal was flexible way of life. And still this feedback in Picon give the net promoter score of 89. The maximum is 100 for remote work. So, yeah, and some comments read, I feel free to start work whenever I want, as long as I deliver good work, or coming to the office is a choice and therefore a pleasure. And yeah, on this day we also have 30 people who had the chance in teams or individually to work from other cities. And finally, what surprised mostly the newcomer when they arrive, it's the behavior of the people who work here, benevolent, always looking for progress, the onboarding process, never had such a comprehensive accompaniment before, and the relevance of the tools chosen internally, how we share information without any filter. Convexity is a reality. So finally, we know that convexity is the top one reason why people join 360 Learning. And that's what we managed to achieve so far. So it's really thanks to all of us. So I think we can already be proud of that. And now we have to know that all the challenge lies ahead because we are scaling the company very fast. So it's really a challenge that every one of us needs to be involved in to scale this model of work. And for that, I encourage you to read this presentation again, which is online, because every word counts. It's our common reference, and it's our playbook to understand the goals of Convexity and to have tips on how to scale it. Thank you.